when it comes to creating, you need space. Like, you're not gonna be able to create if you don't have a good curated space that you can create in. When I first started doing this shit, I needed to create a space where I can create without being bothered, without somebody walking in, without just without any distractions, or somewhere where I could just create and be myself. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't able to do that till I got my first apartment in 2020, and maybe I'll throw a clip in here to show y'all the space. But I wasn't able to do that until I got my first apartment in 2020. Before that, I was living with my parents and shit, and I just couldn't create on my parents. Like, the space to create wasn't there. The support to even make the music wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I needed to be in my own environment so I can create the best shit and actually start to even create. I first got my equipment in 2017. I was so excited, like, I was hella excited. I was like, bruh, I got my equipment, and this is the equipment right here, actually. I got my microphone, and I was so excited to create, because just going to people's studio and shit, it just wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to people's studio, like, I would have to pay, and it was like $15 to $30 an hour to record. And it's like, bro, like, at that time I was like, I could get an eighth with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Or do some other shit. Not saying that you should get an eighth, obviously. But during that time, like, I would get to the studio, right? And I would have the beat, I would have the song ready, but the shit just wouldn't feel the same as it was when I first heard the beat and I was first jotting that shit down, or writing, or going off the top of my head what came to the top of my head. By the time I got to the studio, the vibe wasn't the same, so I couldn't even record, because the feeling wasn't there anymore. It wasn't until I got my first equipment that I was able to start recording as soon as, like, I felt creative, you know what I'm saying? And capture that moment before it goes, I guess. But when it comes to this, like, music shit or whatever it is that you do, you need a good space for you to make the best shit. And if you don't have a good space, you're not gonna be able to make the best shit. And I'm just speaking from my own experience. Like, I needed to create a good space where I can create, and that wasn't until 2020. Keep in mind, I got my equipment in 2017, so this is 3 years after I got my equipment is when I was first able to start creating in my own space, like, frequently. And then I didn't have a song go viral till 2022, so that's 5 years now. But I feel like the most important thing you could do is take the step. Like, if I didn't take the step to go get the fucking microphone, if I didn't, take that big step to move, when people were telling me, oh, you shouldn't move, you should just stay at your parents and save money. This dude was trying to tell me, like, bro, you should move with the roommate and you'll save money. I'm like, bro, you're not understanding what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be in my own space where I can create, and motherfuckers just didn't get that. It's not their job to get it, and it's not your job to explain it. But yeah, I just had my own, I kind of had, like, my own vision and my own path of where I wanted to go with this shit. So 2020, I was able to get my first apartment, and I just started recording. Luckily, my job allowed me to record during that time, because majority of the time I was working from home. And this is end of 2020. Actually, so we're technically talking 2021, because I moved to my apartment in December 2020, and throughout the whole 2021 is me just learning how to record myself, me watching mad videos, catching inspiration, and just learning my sound, my style, like, perfecting, like, how I should sound, like, messing with my voice, and just and it's nothing special, like, what I'm saying? I'm not on no Adele shit when I say, like, finding my style, messing with my voice. Is just, like, mixing and finding out how I should rap, and, like, what type of beats I like. And it wasn't until 2022 where I got the first song to ever do anything for me, and that song is called 2 a.m. To be honest, that song just kind of came out of nowhere. Creating that song, I just remember just making a song, just doing what I normally do. But that song, I was just like, I didn't write. It wasn't a beat where I'm gonna sit there and try to come up with like the best shit ever. It was just like, yo, I'm finna hop on this shit and I'm finna say whatever comes to the top of my mind and just make it simple. You know what I'm saying? And that was the result of that song. It was a simple song and people ended up liking that shit. But that doesn't mean that people aren't gonna like the shit that you spent 30 to 45 minutes on. But yeah, that wasn't until 2022. Now we're like end of 2024. Now we're like, I don't have a job now. I do music full time and I make content, which sounds crazy to me because it's like, everybody wants to do that shit. And the fact that me following the vision that I had in 2017 and now seeing little things come into fruition is just like, it's a beautiful thing because it lets me know that I'm on the right path. And sometimes I forget that shit because I'm so impatient. I'm like, shit, man, I need another 2 a.m. I need another song to blow up. But it's like, shit's gonna happen in due time. All you gotta do is just keep working hard and keep showing up. You know what I'm saying? If I don't show up here and record, nothing's gonna come out of this. So yeah, basically just having a vision in 2017 and knowing exactly what I wanted to do, even when everything else was looking like, like, how are we gonna get there? Fast forward to 2020, I get my own spot. Now I'm recording full time. I'm making music full time. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting the reps in. And now 2022, I get the song 2 a.m. That makes me a little bit of money, more money than I've ever made from my job, any job I've ever had, in the shortest amount of time. And basically just allowing me to just like quit my job. So that shit is it's a blessing. And I think like, it's a blessing, short and simple. Like, what else is there to talk about? But it's also, at first I was thinking it's luck, which it is luck, but I like to think of luck as, when luck happens to you, I feel it's like the universe favoring you, God favoring you. You know what I'm saying? For all the hard work that you've been doing. So just like this shit, man, I just want to start some series like this where like I just talk in front of the camera. I've been doing this, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit, give y'all a different angle, a different view. It's weird because I'm in my room and I'm just talking to myself. I'm talking to the camera, but I'm pretending like I'm not pretending. I know I'm talking to hella people who just haven't found this shit. And that's how you gotta think about this shit, A lot of people look at the views and shit that you get from your videos. Like right now, as 2024, as I'm speaking, my videos get tops 15, 20 views, 30 views. But I know one video is gonna do more than 20 views, 30 views. And as time goes by, people like to go back to your old shit. People do their research. If people fuck with you, they're gonna go to the beginning. No one likes a good story without the origin story. And that's basically why I'm doing this shit. So even though it may look like it's for nothing, I know it's for something. So I just gotta keep showing up and keep doing what I've been doing. And yeah, if you're creative, stick to your shit, get yourself a good space, a good environment you can create, and the rest will be history, for real. With that being said, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next clip.